The Anderson family Thanksgiving had always been an exercise in subtle warfare. Perfectly roasted turkey served with a side of passive-aggressive remarks. This year was no different. I took my assigned seat at the far end of the table, as far away from my successful siblings as possible. "Sarah, darling," Mother chirped, passing me cranberry sauce that probably cost more than what they thought I made in a week. We were just discussing Emily's new position as vice president at Goldman Sachs. My sister Emily lifted her wrist so her diamond bracelet caught the light. Youngest VP in their history, she reminded everyone for the third time in 10 minutes. I quietly served myself mashed potatoes, thinking about the board meeting I ducked out of to be here. The acquisition papers were probably already on my desk, waiting for my signature. And Thomas's new tech startup just secured another round of funding, Father announced, nodding to my brother. $200 million. Impressive, son. Thomas smirked. That's what happens when you actually understand business, not just play with computers all day. I took a sip of water, thinking about the algorithm currently rewriting his company's entire market strategy. He just didn't know it yet. Speaking of which, Emily turned her perfect smile my way. "Still doing your little computer work, Sarah? What is it again? Tech support?" "Something like that." "Something like that," I murmured, checking my phone discreetly as it buzzed. Another billion in silent acquisitions complete. "You know," Thomas leaned forward, "I could probably find you an entry-level position at my company. Something more legitimate than freelance coding." Mother sighed dramatically. "We just worry about you, dear. All that time alone with computers, no real career path." Right on schedule, my secure phone vibrated against my ankle. "The mail's here," Maria, our housekeeper, announced. She'd been watching these scenes play out for years. Handing Father a stack of envelopes, she added, "And the latest Forbes magazine." "Oh look," Emily pointed. "Another tech billionaire profile. Thomas, maybe that'll be you next year." But Father froze mid-page. The cranberry sauce spoon clattered against fine china as his hand began to tremble. "What is it, dear?" Mother asked. "Silicon Valley's phantom billionaire revealed," Father read aloud, voice shaking. "The mysterious founder of quantum technologies finally steps into the light." The room went silent. Father slowly turned the magazine around, revealing my professional headshot on the cover. "That's," Emily's perfect composure cracked. "That's Sarah. With a net worth estimated at $17 billion, Father continued weakly, Sarah Anderson has quietly built one of the most influential tech empires in the world, all before her 30th birthday." "This has to be a mistake," Thomas snapped, grabbing the magazine. "She's just a freelancer." "CEO and founder of Quantum Technologies," I corrected softly, sliding a platinum business card across the table. The holographic encryption on it alone cost more than Emily's car. Though I prefer to keep a low profile. Mother's wine glass slipped. But you work from home." "From my penthouse office in the Quantum Tower," I smiled. "The same building Thomas tried to lease space in last month." His voice dropped. "That application was denied." "By you?" "By my AI system. It flagged your company's financials as questionable." The turkey grew cold as Forbes magazine made its way around the table. Each page revealed another layer of my concealed empire. Emily's manicured fingers trembled as she read about my company's latest quantum breakthrough. Thomas's face paled as he recognized technologies his startup had been desperately trying to replicate. "Quantum's AI systems now power 70% of global financial markets," Father whispered, voice hollow. That's impossible. You're just the girl who plays with computers." "Check your investment portfolio, Emily," I said, pulling out my tablet. Her face shifted from smug to stunned within seconds. "The Q-Trade system, the one generating our record profits, that's yours? Along with the neural network running your risk assessments, the encryption protecting your data, and the AI that predicted your promotion 3 months before your board did." I smiled faintly. "Congratulations, by the way." Thomas lunged for his phone, frantically searching. "Our new AI platform, the one we're announcing next week," his voice faltered, "will be delayed indefinitely," I finished for him. "Your core tech infringes on 17 quantum patents. The cease and desist letters should be arriving right about now." His phone buzzed with notifications. The color drained from his face. But, your company registration, Mother stammered. It's only 3 years old. That's just the public face, I explained, projecting a hologram from my watch. Quantum has operated under different names for 8 years. Shell companies, silent acquisitions, hidden subsidiaries, all building toward today. The holographic web of corporations all connected back to me. Companies they'd mocked as irrelevant. Startups they'd dismissed as minor players. All pieces of my empire. The Silicon Valley office you bragged about leasing, Thomas? I own the building. The investment firm that rejected your funding? My subsidiary. The blog that called your innovation derivative? Also mine. Emily's posture crumbled. Those coding competitions you teased me about? I said. They were beta tests for my algorithms, the same ones now powering half of the Fortune 500. Another alert pinged. Including, as of 3 minutes ago, Goldman's entire Asian division. Father's hands shook as he stared at the Forbes centerfold. The quantum campus, a gleaming complex of labs and AI hubs. All those weekends you said you were playing video games, he whispered. I was building the world's most advanced quantum network. Though I did enjoy letting you think I was just wasting time. Mother's voice broke. The trust fund we cut off was reinvested into quantum research, I finished. That tough love lesson funded our first breakthrough, worth $4 billion in patents alone. Thomas slumped in his chair as his stock plummeted in real time. Don't worry, I said. My team is already evaluating which parts of your company might be worth salvaging, as a subsidiary. The room fell silent, save for the hum of my encrypted devices processing another $1 billion in transactions. Metrics, acquisitions, breakthroughs, everything they'd dismissed as games had built my empire. The Christmas gala, Mother whispered suddenly. The one you said you couldn't afford to attend. I was in Singapore opening our research center, I replied. As the gala's main donor, through one of my holding companies. In fact, Mother, your entire charity board runs on Quantum's donations. You've been working for me for years. The untouched plates reflected the shattered hierarchy of our family. Your private equity firm, Emily, I said at last, turning to her. The one you bragged about joining? Check who owns the controlling shares. Her trembling hands pulled up the records. Her lips parted in disbelief. No, this can't be. Quantum Ventures, I confirmed. 72%. I needed a quiet way to monitor market trends, I explained, sipping my water. Your firm's analytics have been feeding my AI systems for years. Those brilliant market insights you took credit for? All generated by my algorithms. Thomas was still scrolling through the flood of cease and desist notifications. The Series B funding you just closed? I continued. One of my shell companies. I wanted to see how you'd use it. The results were disappointing, though. Watching you pitch my own technology back to me was entertaining. Father cleared his throat, his CEO authority crumbling. The tech conference next week, I said, glancing at my calendar. Your brother's keynote speech has been reassigned. I'll be announcing Quantum's next generation of AI systems. Thomas can attend the breakout session on patent law. He'll need it. Mother's hands fluttered to her pearls. A gift, ironically, from one of my anonymous charitable foundations. But darling, your social standing, working in technology isn't. Isn't what, Mother? I cut in, pulling up Forbes's wealth rankings on the dining room's smart display. Not as prestigious as Emily's VP title? Check the list. I'm 3 spots above her entire company. Emily's designer fork clattered against the bone china. The charity ball committee will be restructured, I added. The foundation's focus is shifting to STEM education for underprivileged girls. You know, the ones you said weren't country club material. My quantum-encrypted phone chimed with another alert. The smart systems in the room, all running on my technology, adjusted automatically. That reminds me, I continued. The family trust's investment portfolio. Father, you may want to check the holdings. He fumbled with his tablet, his face draining of color. Everything's been converted to quantum stock. 3 years ago, I nodded. When you were all too busy mocking my computer hobby to notice the transfer. Your spectacular returns? All from my company's growth. Thomas slumped further into his chair as another notification lit up his phone. My office access, he muttered. It's been revoked. The building's security runs on quantum systems, I explained. Your biometrics no longer meet clearance. Don't worry, there's space in our incubator program. 4 promising startups need guidance. Mother dabbed her eyes with a monogrammed napkin manufactured by one of my subsidiaries. The family Christmas card will be interesting this year, I said with a smile. Forbes is doing a follow-up piece. They're particularly interested in how the family who cut off their underachieving daughter now depends on her technology for daily life. The magazine lay open on the table. My cover photo seemed to watch as decades of condescension crumbled. Emily's VP badge. Thomas's startup dreams. Father's investment genius. All revealed as pieces in my longer game. One more thing. I stood to leave. The family meeting next month will be at Quantum headquarters. 42nd floor, the one you couldn't afford to lease space in. Do dress appropriately. The censors are particular about fabric quality. As I walked toward the door, Father finally found his voice. Sir, wait. All these years we never what? I turned back. Never noticed that every device you use runs on my systems? Never wondered why your failed daughter never asked for money? Or never imagined that while you were planning Emily's VP celebration, I was planning a global technological revolution? The silence was deafening. Happy Thanksgiving, I said softly. Oh, and Thomas, those gaming servers you ordered for your office? They're actually quantum processors running facial recognition, recording every time you mocked my work. Cute little projects. My heels clicked on the marble floor, each step echoing with the sound of empire. Behind me I heard Mother's faint voice. She owns the country club too, doesn't she? My assistant materialized from the shadows. Should I tell them about the space program? Let's save something for Christmas, I replied, stepping into my quantum-powered car. Sometimes the best revenge is letting them discover just how wrong they were, one technology at a time. Through the rearview mirror, I watched my family's perfect world crumble, their phones still pinging with notifications about my empire, the one they'd been too blind to see being built right under their noses. The quantum age had arrived, and they had just realized who was controlling it. The week after Thanksgiving. The week following Thanksgiving unfolded like a cascading system failure in my family's perfectly ordered world. Each day brought new revelations, dismantling the illusions they had clung to about their computer-obsessed sister. Monday, Emily's executive meeting at Goldman Sachs. I watched through quantum security feeds as she discovered that every trading algorithm, every risk assessment model, every digital tool she'd claimed credit for carried my signature deep in the code. Your sister seems pale, my AI assistant noted. Should we show her the real numbers behind her record-breaking quarter? Let her find them herself, I replied, signing off on another billion-dollar acquisition. When she realizes her entire division has been a beta test for Quantum's financial AI. Tuesday, Thomas. His startup access revoked. He spent 3 hours in the lobby while employees realized their real boss was Quantum. Mr. Anderson requests an urgent meeting, my assistant said. Schedule it for next month, I replied. After the tech conference, when he learns his AI platform was nothing more than training data for mine. Wednesday, the press caught up. Headlines screamed, "Phantom billionaire secretly controlling Silicon Valley." Forbes wants a follow-up, my PR director reported. Next week, I said from my office, the one Thomas couldn't afford to rent. Thursday, lawsuits. Half of Silicon Valley received cease and desist orders for infringing on my patents. Your brother's lawyers are trying to reach you, legal informed me. Direct them to IP, I said. The division that's been tracking his borrowed innovations for 3 years. Friday, Mother. Her charity board discovered their foundation was a quantum subsidiary. All her galas, all her fundraisers, controlled by the daughter she dismissed. Mrs. Anderson's country club access adjusted, my assistant noted. Success is earned, not inherited, I replied, watching her escorted through the service entrance. Saturday, Father. Clients fled his investment firm, drawn to Quantum's superior systems. His once prized algorithms looked primitive beside mine. Servers running at 2% efficiency, my CTO reported. I designed them that way, I said. The family group chat went silent. Emily's VP privileges revoked. Thomas's startup collapsed. Father's strategies obsolete. Tech conference starts Monday, my assistant reminded. Family credentials? Issued. Basic access. Restricted. Supervised. No quantum areas. Perfect, I said. Back row seats while their failed sister unveils the next revolution. Sunday. Financial magazines published my full portfolio. Every hidden company, every acquisition, every market I dominated laid bare. Mom requested emergency funding, my assistant reported. Redirect it from Thomas's rainy day account, I replied. Interest has grown nicely in my quantum bank. That morning my quantum car purred outside the mansion. Through tinted windows I saw them huddled over magazines with my face on the cover. Their phones buzzed nonstop. Next week's board meeting confirmed, my assistant said. Family observer status processed. Good, I replied. Let them watch from the back row as their failed sister reshapes the digital world. The best lessons come from total system failure. The mansion shrank in my rearview mirror. Old money grandeur fading into irrelevance. The quantum age they ignored, quietly built by their computer-obsessed daughter, had arrived. One coding session at a time.